Because you're only given a little spark of madness.
And here at the FILMSPARK podcast, we aim to keep that spark alive. Hi, I'm Ebony, the host of the FILMSPARK podcast, and here is where you can find anything and everything movies. So grab your popcorn and join us on this journey that is the FILMSPARK podcast. Give us a shot. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, GoodPods and more, or follow the socials at film_spark_pod. You know what? Just follow us on everything. Check out the LINKTR.EE. LINKTR.EE /FilmSparkPod. Find us, follow us, give us a shout. We always want to hear from you.
Some people like hockey a little, some people like it a lot. Some people put biscuits in pipes by finding an open slot. Wouldn't you like to find a place? Shooter and Hooters knows a place that we can all go and claim. A place where we can go insane. Ebuny and Don are here for you. A one-level hockey takes. Great place to go, and let's all go insane.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Shooter and Hooters podcast. I'm Don, and of course, here with my lovely sidekick, Ebz. What's up, Ebz?
What's up?
Hi. There's a lot to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on as we're recording right now.
I don't like it.
A lot of teams moved on. A lot of arenas getting turned into Spirit of Halloween or whatever you want to call it right now. I keep seeing those all over Twitter. My favorite one, obviously, was the Islanders one, even though I picked them to move on. Of course, they can't do that right for me. So Carolina's moved on.
Mm-hmm.
As of last night, Toronto moved on, which is like to my dismay. I really wanted them to keep the losing streak alive.
I was so worried
know.
that I'd picked them, and then when you told me, they're like, oh, they always lose. I was like, great, I'm going to lose this one. But no, I got it. There's one at least.
No, I have to say, I don't know if it's beginner's luck or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Not.
But like, you're really hammering these down
As
far as like your first time, I guess you could say. I still can't believe Toronto won. I mean, it's whatever. They should with the team that they have. Mm-hmm. I still think, prematurely, like, I wouldn't say prematurely, but they won last night, and the city of Toronto turned into like Party Central in the middle of the street on Yonge Street and King Street, and everybody's dancing around. And I'm like, you guys won the first round.
Yeah, I thought they won something else after watching all that. I was like, the hell is going on here?
Can you imagine if they win the cup? The fucking city would explode.
No one will be is allowed to go into the city if they win.
Oh, it's insane. Who else? As of about 45 minutes ago, the number one team in the NHL took a giant shit and lost in overtime.
Fucking Panthers, seriously.
No, let me tell you, my favorite part right now, before we started recording, was all over Twitter watching all these fucking dumbasses from Barstool and Dave Portnoy and everyone crying about the Bruins losing. Like, I think it's like every New Yorker's dream to see that.
Look, I don't like Barstool by any means, but seriously, Bruins should have won that. They should have won it well and truly before game fucking 7 too. Like, this, what the fuck was that?
Well, if my grandma had wheels, she would have been a bike. And guess what? She doesn't. So they lost. And that's what happened. That's the beauty of hockey, and it's just one of those things. Like, it was I love it.
It was
I love
absolute
that they lost.
bullshit.
I love that so much.
Ruined my whole fucking bracket.
Literally, your bracket's
My
gone
bracket
now.
had for them
It
to
doesn't
win. Now it's gone. And I was
It
doing
doesn't
so
exist.
well.
Well, can't win them all, Ebz. Can't win them all.
Well, I'm back to Rangers winning now.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll go to that series in the East and like talk about that because obviously that's the one I'm most vested in. I can care less about any other one. Am I nervous? Yeah. Like leading up to 8:00 tomorrow night, I'm gonna be very, very on edge.
Yeah, especially
On a
after
lot.
game 5. Holy hell.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, they played really good game 6, right?
Yes, they did.
They finally got to Schmid or whatever the fuck is now. I don't know what. I don't like him. Akira Schmid. Apparently he's like half Japanese.
Would make sense
Which
with a
is
name like
interesting.
Akira. So what was he like, half
Yeah.
Japanese, half Swedish then?
I don't know.
I'm really certain I read that
I,
he was Swedish. Or Swedish or
I
Switzerland.
don't know. I didn't do much. Look, this is not that kind of show. I'm not diving into. I don't care what he is. All I know is he only allowed 2 goals against the Rangers in games 3, 4, and 5. That's all I care. That's the only stat I care about. He could be from fucking Pakistan for all I care.
It's just
But
that game 5 though was just weird. Like, did we
it
just
was
not
almost
turn
like
up?
it wasn't
What
a
the
game.
fuck?
It was almost like it wasn't a game.
It wasn't a game. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, and then in typical Twitter fashion, the lovely Ranger fans of Twitter
Oh my
are ready to
god. See, the only thing I
jump off
regret
buildings.
about being a Ranger fan is the fucking fandom. Seriously,
It
so
wasn't.
toxic.
It wasn't always like this. Like I don't know.
Well, it certainly
Twitter
is now.
Twitter has made it that way. It's crazy. Like normally, like it's just whatever happens. Like we're used to it. Like I mean, we haven't won a cup since '94. There's been many long playoff runs. Unfortunately, King Henrik,
I actually
never
think
got
it comes
his.
down to age because most of the fans on Twitter are actually under like 24. Like the ones that have
I mean, I don't know.
the ones that are consistently posting and call themselves a fan account and have a player's name as their name, like most of them are under 24.
I mean, I don't know. I don't look that kind of stuff up. Again, we're getting into statistics that I don't care about. But it's really fucking, I don't know. It's really disheartening. Like every time, like they'll win, best team ever. The Rangers are the best. I fucking love this team. And then as soon as they lose, the fucking season's over. They suck. Fire Gallant.
That's my whole
This team
point.
sucks. And I'm like, but wait a second. I'm like, do you expect this team to go 82-0 and for Shesty to give up like no goals every game?
Shesty, my boy.
Yeah, but
Throwing
like
punches.
yeah, every time it's only one guy though. So this whole rivalry that's brewing between him and fucking what the hell's his name now? Timo Meyer on the Devils. Every time he comes in, he gets a blocker to the back of the head. He gets pushed in the side of his chest. Like it's kind of funny, and I like it. I like that kind of edgy play. But like,
I love it.
I don't know.
I think it just made it more interesting, especially in the games when they're not really properly playing. There's still rivalry there, but it's still something.
You like it. You like all that fuck. Every time there's a fight, you message me.
You do the same thing to me.
Well, because you do it. And the funny thing is, she messages me in an accent. It's never like the proper spelling of the word fight.
It's voice.
There's always an O in it. And if you say, and every time I say it in her accent, I'm like, yeah, that's her.
Boy.
Completely get it.
Foyt.
I'm like, unbelievable. Every time.
You have
Every
to.
time.
You have to do it with the O. It just makes it more entertaining.
I mean, I got to hear your voice all the time. So, fine.
Foyt.
But, yeah, always. But, yeah, no, I mean, that series, I mean, obviously, you're listening to us now. So, got a couple more hours till Game 7. But, I mean,
We've got one
I don't
going
know.
right
Yeah.
now as we speak, and I'm very fucking excited about it.
Yeah, Seattle.
2 now, 2-0.
Right now. Is it really?
Yes, go Seattle! Watch them lose, and this is going to be really redundant.
I know. People are going to be like, oh,
they'll
fucking
lose, and this will go out.
2 idiots. Yeah, that's right. I mean, so then in the West, obviously, the Edmonton Connor McDavids moved on and beat LA. And then you got Minnesota lost to Dallas. They're done.
Dallas.
Vegas beat up on Winnipeg. That series was, I feel like it was done before it started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't have them going far either. But I don't know. Tonight, my bracket's alive still. My bracket's alive. It's still alive. I mean, I got Florida
Tomorrow
moving
we're
on.
determined.
Yeah, I know. Now I have to root against Toronto. I didn't have to before. Before I was rooting against. Before I was
were going
rooting
to
for
root against them anyway.
No, now
Yes,
I mean,
here we go. Yes, you were, because as soon as you saw that I was going against them, sorry, I was going for them, you were like, oh, they never win. They're not going to win. They always lose. As if you'd go for them. They're going to lose. And then they won.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this. Toronto is so fucking excited right now that Boston lost. I think they're throwing another fucking party as we speak right now.
I don't think it ever
because no, but like think about now the sigh of relief, because like Boston was always their kind of like, I'm trying to think of the right word to use, like their
crutch.
I don't know, kryptonite. There you go. I hate DC Comics, but we'll use that.
Jesus.
There's always their kryptonite where it came down, especially in the playoffs. Like Toronto would have a 2-0 lead or 3-1 lead, and Boston will come back. Smoke, like it's happened twice. I mean, they've never been able to beat Boston, at least of late. And now they don't have to play them.
Yeah, they'd be relieved for sure.
They have to play. You know, both the teams are pretty beaten up, if you ask me. I mean, you have Florida, who just went 7 games plus an OT to beat Boston, the best team in the league. You have Toronto, who actually
Toronto don't win.
You got Toronto, who went, you know, a decent amount with, you know, a team that's never lost a playoff series since, I mean, was it 2000 and I mean, Tampa hasn't lost a playoff series in the Eastern Conference since, I want to say 3 years, 4 years, maybe 3 years. 4. They haven't lost a playoff series. They've been to the Stanley Cup 3 years in a row.
That's crazy.
So they haven't lost. This is their first time losing. I mean, they interviewed Cooper last night, and they were like, you know, how does it feel? And he's like, oh, we haven't lost a playoff series in this long, so we're not used to this. And I wanted to be like, oh, fuck yourself. We know.
Those reporter questions are so stupid.
No, those are the best. Like, how does it feel to lose? That feels great, Jim. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking straight after the game.
I really wanted to get that question asked, you know, to see how it's going. I know this is a hockey podcast, but, you know, after Milwaukee lost to Miami in the NBA, and they asked Giannis that question, Giannis, don't just shut up, all right? Listen. After they asked him that one question, and he just went off on the reporter, you know, talking about how you learn more from losing and blah, 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 blah. Like, that was the best fucking answer.
I don't know. I thought Jimmy Butler's response today to him rolling his ankle was hilarious.
Oh, well, how do you
How do you
feel?
feel? Like I just rolled my ankle. Like, no shit.
Yeah, like why? What do you think he's gonna answer with? Well, I'm doing okay. Like I don't know. They don't ask the right stuff half the time,
No,
but
they're idiots.
I feel I don't know what's gonna happen. Like these playoffs have been so unpredictable.
Speaking
I mean,
of
there's been a
reporter
couple.
idiots, since we're on the topic,
What?
fucking
What?
Emily Kaplan, can we get her off screen? The woman
I think a
needs to
lot of
go. The woman needs to get the fuck off my screen. Every time she's on there, she brings absolutely nothing to the commentary game. I know more than her, and I barely know the game. Like, it is fucking ridiculous. Get her off the screen, fuck her right off, and just bring someone else that actually knows what they're doing and is interesting to listen to.
I loved last night after the game when Zibanejad was sitting on the bench and she was trying to get his attention.
Oh my god.
And she just tapped him, and if she was talking to him, she's like, how does it feel to win this game 6? Like, bitch, how the fuck do you
I
think
would
it
have walked
feels?
off.
Fantastic. I'm gonna go out and get drunk right now. Like, what are you talking? Like, I don't understand what they expect to answer in those situations. Like, I don't know. But going back, I know you don't every time. Okay, so here's another thing I get messaged every time during the games. So I always know. So here's what happens. We'll watch games together. Well, we'll text
They'll
and go
be on
back
at the
and
same
forth.
time and we'll be talking, yeah.
And so because she's in Australia for some odd fucking reason, she's like back. She's always behind
No
like
matter
20
what
seconds.
stream I bring up, I'm always at least a minute or two out, and it's infuriating. But anyway.
So I've stopped talking until so like the Rangers will score and I'll wait 20 seconds and I'll say woo, and I'll get the same thing in response. So I'm like, all right, good. So we're good. We'll, we're okay. So every now and then, like I know Emily Kaplan's been on the fucking screen, and I'll just leave it.
You're just
And
waiting.
20 seconds later, she'll go, fucking Kaplan. Makes me laugh. There's
She's
always, and
so
then also
annoying.
the other thing I get is the music recap. So I'll get a music recap of what's playing in the arena because
Oh,
I'll
it's
get
so good.
a message that says tune or banger, and I'm like, I don't remember what song because you're 20 fucking seconds
No, but
behind
even
now.
then, you don't even. You've told me yourself that you don't always, because you're paying attention to what's on the screen. Where for me, like if it's music, I'll always hear it regardless.
I
And
mean,
so
I
I'll
hear
bring
it if
something
it's a
up, and you'll
song
be
that's
like, "They played
catchy.
that," and I'm like, "Yeah, they played that." Some of the
Like I'm
arenas
trying
have
to pay
the
attention.
best
Like I'm trying to
atmosphere.
pay attention to like the lines Gallant is rolling out, or like the play that's developing, and she's like, "Oh, fucking tune the Spice Girls," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
No one has played the Spice Girls in a long time.
The fact that you know that is fucking. We
Music
were
is my
watching. Oh, what were we
thing.
watching? Oh, the first game of the playoffs. We watched the Islanders in Carolina, and all the messages I got weren't even about the fucking game. It was more about the fact that the
They
fucking
had fucking
person doing the
tunes.
music, the fucking person doing the music in the arena was a god to Ebz that night,
Yes, they
apparently.
fucking had
And
the
she
best
was
taste
like,
in music.
"This DJ is the best," and I'm like, "It's Carolina."
So what? The DJ was
Whatever.
awesome. They had serious bangers. And it
You
just
see,
it makes
always that's the text.
it makes it more interesting for me to watch because the parts where like it's not quite intermission, but like when they're between plays and stuff like that, there's like music
A
playing. And I'm
stoppage
just
and
like,
play. Yeah.
yes, like keep me pumped, give me a good tune.
Can't wait to go to our first game together. Jesus Christ. The game will be going on. I'll be
Seriously, if
watching
Melbourne
players.
doesn't put on some bangers when I go in September, I'm gonna be pissed.
You need to write a letter.
I will.
In
I should
advance.
give them.
Do
I'll
it
give them a
now.
playlist. I'll put a playlist
Send
together
them
now.
oh, that's phenomenal. Oh, okay. Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
This is what everyone who listens, all 6 people, need this done. Okay? I need you
Yes.
to put together a playlist and publish said playlist on Twitter
Okay.
on our account.
Okay.
And I need you to send it to Rod Laver Arena
Hell yeah.
in an email.
Yep.
Stating, this is the fucking music that you need to play
Yep.
for this game.
Yep. Done.
Period. End of
Done.
story.
Done.
Can you
Absolutely.
please
I'm going to do that.
post the email and
Yes.
the playlist
Yes.
to the Twitter page?
Yes.
And have people rate said playlist.
We're going to rate
and
it?
we can
Okay.
discuss it. We can discuss it in its entirety once the playoffs are over.
Done.
That could be an episode all in itself.
Deal.
I'm dead fucking serious.
I
like
know.
that needs to
I'm
happen.
dead fucking serious. I'm going to do it.
That's hilarious. And if the Spice Girls aren't on there, I'm going to be so disappointed.
See, it's not just the Spice Girls. You have to pick the right Spice Girls song.
Oh, you know what? I have a question.
Here we go.
No, this is going to be good. You're going to think it's really fucked up, but this is going to be good for all our American listeners that are curious,
Uh-huh.
which is the majority, let's be honest. But, so like here at hockey games, right?
Here we go. Yeah.
This is so hard for me to say because I'm going to laugh. So at hockey games here, they play the organ, right?
Uh-huh.
They have an organ
Yes,
that does
I'm
music.
aware.
So in Australia, is there a guy up there with like a, what do they call that? A didgeridoo or whatever? Is that what they play at the hockey?
Oh my fucking
didgeridoo.
God. That's the most
Can they
American
please?
question you've ever asked me.
No, it's not. There was so many more.
Oh my God.
That is a valid question. I'm sorry.
That's as bad as the question, where do we have literal kangaroos bouncing around as our mascots?
I asked that too.
I know you did.
Well, because the way I asked that question, and I said, "Do you have
I didn't
kangaroos
think
that are
someone
mascots?"
would literally ask
You said,
kangaroo.
"No, time out." And you said, "Yeah,"
Because
and I
I
said,
thought you
"Wait
meant
a
as a
second."
mascot, not a literal kangaroo.
See, like we have animal mascots here that are like legit animals. So I was like, "Holy shit!" There's a kangaroo on the sidelines,
No.
like
We
hopping
have
around.
enough kangaroos as it is. We don't need more on the They'd ruin the field.
I mean, I guess.
It would literally ruin the field. Like, everyone would be pissed.
Can you imagine if, like, at an
They'd flick
AFL
up
game
so
or
much
whatever,
grass.
like a fucking kangaroo got loose on the field? Yo, that would be the most Australian thing ever, I think.
I'll have to Google and see if it's happened before. I feel like something like that has happened before.
Apart from like what did I say the other night when we were talking about the spider that's sitting there drinking a cup of coffee? What did I say? No, we were talking about the bee that was outside my window. And you made fun of me, and I said, "Don't fucking start." I said, because where you live, the spiders ride the bees to work. That's what I said.
Get to work and sit down and have a cup of coffee and a newspaper.
Yeah. Now you can hold several newspapers. He's got 8 fucking arms. He can read like 4 different papers.
Oh, we're so off track.
Who cares? I said this 100 times. Like, this is a
No,
hockey
this is not
podcast. We talk
serious.
about hockey, but it's not fucking serious at all. Like, I feel like serious is boring. I'm going to sit here and rattle off statistics for each series. Nobody cares. They can go to fucking the internet and find that out. Where are they going to learn about
You know where
kangaroos
you
invading
can't,
the field?
can't go to find out the statistics? The
Here.
NHL app.
Oh, here we go.
The app that should fucking give you everything, but as soon as you push one button, the whole thing crashes.
Yeah, it's probably they're like, why are people in Australia trying to get hockey?
I wanted to see my bracket. I wanted to see our brackets compared to each other, and as soon as I click bracket, it's like, nope, bye.
And it's like, nah, fuck off. There's no Australians doing brackets. Get the fuck out of here. Can't you wait till September? God, when we go there. Yo, you know what else I wanted to bring up?
Mm.
That thing you sent me the other night
What thing?
of that guy that was talking shit about Australians caring about hockey?
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. Like, not gonna lie. What did he call your money?
Oh, they're
Dollary dues?
dollary dues. It's been a term for it for years and years and years and years.
What?
Yeah, it's been like that's nothing new. People
Like,
have called it that as a joke for yonks, like since before I was born.
I mean,
I
I'm
just
gonna be
found it
honest with
funny
you.
that
Like,
it
I
was
didn't really
yet
think.
again someone that classes themselves as part of the brat pack. It's the same fucking people every time.
Well, those are Devils fans.
I know,
You
that's
know,
my point.
they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah,
You know,
fine, okay.
whatever. But I find it fucking like why not Australia? Who cares? Like, I feel the people that are not real hockey fans don't care. Like, I've been a hockey fan my whole life, so I think it's great that they're growing the game and sending it to different places. Like, they had games in China. They
But
always go to
that wasn't the
Sweden.
point of their post, though. Their post was the fact that they're saying that we're stupid enough to get tricked because they were $500 a ticket.
No, you only paid 90.
I paid $99, and that's because I'm
Hmm.
not stupid enough to pay $500 a ticket.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there
saw
was a
someone
scare
put that
there. There was a scare.
to
There
put.
was a scare there where you almost had to pay 300.
Well, I wasn't going to pay it. I didn't have $300 to put on a fucking ticket. Like, that wasn't going to happen. I just would have gone without. But to put it into context, though, this was an NHL Australia Facebook group, right? Now, first of all, this
and
Facebook group is a
and
fucking
hate
joke
mail.
to begin with. Yeah, that wasn't
I
the
can't even
title.
find them on Twitter still.
No, that was the other group you couldn't find, the person who posted it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, first of all, the group is a joke because the entire group actually doesn't discuss anything specific other than us complaining about how we can't get the streams. Which I keep giving them
So
options to
pretty
find
much
the streams.
this podcast, but on a
Well, no,
forum.
because I can still watch it. They're bitching about ESPN. They're bitching about ESPN and Foxtel, which is like our cable.
Foxtel.
And that's what they're bitching about. But the problem is that you give them other options like I have been and they ignore you and just continue to bitch. And I'm like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. But then out of nowhere, this person's
Yeah.
just like, imagine scamming Australians $500
No,
dollar
dollar.
whatever it is, a ticket. And then all these people got so pissed off. Like, the whole comment thread is just like, we're not stupid enough to pay that, and we're not going to pay this. And I'm sitting there going, someone posted the other day that they paid nearly $8,000 for tickets.
Who's paying I mean, unless you're a Ranger fan,
Well, they were
because that's how much tickets are.
they were paying $8,000 for a pre-season game here in Melbourne because they had 7 people going, and they were like just over $1,000 a ticket because that's all that was left. And I'm
I
like,
will
dude,
say this.
if you have the money sitting there to pay that much for tickets because the other ones weren't available, you have no right to complain. You've got the
Yeah.
fucking money.
I mean, so here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. I get that that's an absorbent amount of money for a preseason game, but it does tell a story that people are interested about hockey in a place where hockey isn't really an interesting thing.
Well, I went on a bit of a rabbit hole, like deep dive the other day about hockey in Australia, and it's super
This is every
interesting.
day, guys.
What?
You go on a deep dive on a rabbit hole about certain things every day.
Oh, yeah, but not about hockey. But it
No.
was just interesting, though, because the amount of teams we actually have here in our own league that you never hear about. And it's just like, why are we not promoting this? Like, there's
I don't
enough
know.
people interested. Why are we not promoting this? Like, we have a whole league. You wouldn't know that because I didn't even know that. And the only reason I know that is because I now watch hockey, like the NHL. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But yeah. Anyway.
I I just like the fact that, so, obviously we've talked about, going to this game in Australia
Mhm.
and you going and just the prices and the way they set it up, though. Like, I don't know.
It's a
They want to
scam.
they want to make hockey accessible, right? Like, this is the same thing here in the US and in Canada. So we could talk about this. You have hockey that's going there, right?
Mhm.
And you had 3 sections. You showed me the seating map. You had
Yes.
3 sections.
So if you think, just to put into context, if you think of a standard stadium, which is, I'm going to call it oval, but it's a bit square, but it's between an oval and a rectangle, and you've got where I'm talking AFL. This is going to be how you know where the goals are for the hockey. So you've got Coyotes on one end. Was it LA on the other end? Behind the LA goal, you've got 2 stands. You've got the lower and the upper. Out of those 2
Yeah.
stands, only 1 stand and half of the seats of that stand were $99. That is it. And
Yeah.
that's what they were advertising the game as. They were like, come get your tickets. They're $99 a ticket, $79 for kids. Come get your tickets. They're cheap, whatever else. But you get there and they're all gone instantly because there's such a small window or a small section of seats available at that price. And then straight after that, the next seat was like $200, nearly $300.
Yeah, and to me, that's not making it
Acceptable.
that's not making it accessible. That's taking advantage of something that
Yeah.
shouldn't be taken advantage of. And that, to me, that's the NHL.
It's also Australia. It happens a lot here for a lot of different things.
Yeah, but Australia, the Rod Laver Arena in Australia and Melbourne, the city of Melbourne, is not dictating the prices. The prices are being dictated by the NHL.
Yeah.
They're saying, this is what we're charging for you to have this game.
This game.
This
Yeah.
is what the tickets are going to be. And what pisses me off is Bettman and the commissioner, Gary Bettman, and all these guys, they want to grow hockey and they want to make it accessible. But there's several things that they do to inhibit that. And it's the same thing that baseball is doing too here in this country, is blackouts. Like, I tried to watch this year. It was towards the end of the year as Rangers are playing in St. Louis. Okay. I am 5.5 hour drive from St. Louis. I went to watch the game on the ESPN app. I posted that shit on Twitter too. And those motherfuckers got back to me. Still didn't fix it.
Mm.
Why is the game blacked out to me?
It made
Why can't I watch the game? Like, why am I not able to access it? And then the other thing that pisses me off, I have ESPN Plus that I pay for so I can watch the Rangers when they're on ESPN Plus and they're not on TNT and everything, when then I have to stream it because I don't have cable, because fuck that. Okay. If now the playoffs started, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the games are on fucking TBS and TNT and all that, and they're not on the ESPN Plus platform. Why? So now, although last night's was, go figure,
Yeah,
I just don't
that
understand.
was interesting though, that of all the games, that was the one that was available.
I don't know. It just aggravates the fuck out of me because, they're doing the same thing with baseball, with blackouts and all this stuff. And it's like, if you're trying to grow the game in this country, regardless, baseball, hockey, soccer, whatever, if you're trying to grow a game, let that shit be accessible to everybody. Why is it that you have teams, and I'll take the Rangers, for instance, who have the highest ticket prices in the playoffs? I have friends that just went. The cheapest ticket that they paid for was $1,100
Holy hell.
for one ticket. How is that accessible? Like, I understand it's the playoffs, right? And I get it. Okay. But even the regular season, the cheapest ticket you could get at Madison Square Garden is probably $80 to $90.
Yeah.
The cheapest. I went to go see the Rangers play in Columbus. Cost me $20.
What?
Yeah.
Serious?
So absolutely, my ticket was $23.
That is crazy.
So there's no parity there. There's a lot of parity, I should say, where it's not. You got teams that are charging more money and teams that are charging less, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, that's
And they
crazy.
need to, I feel like they need to regulate it, because I can tell you this. If I wanted to take my 2 kids, right, to a game, that's 3 tickets, right? 3 tickets at $80 a pop, right? So now you're looking at $240 just in tickets.
Mm.
My son is an animal and he'll eat everything. And my daughter will want stuff. At the end of the day, between parking, gas to get, we'll take Chicago, right? By the time I pay for everything, it's a $700 day
Mm.
just to go to a fucking hockey game. It's insane. That's not being accessible and making it accessible for people to go and enjoy. That's making it a fucking business, which it is, and I get it. I understand that. But
Yeah.
dude,
There's
if you're
still a
trying to
limit
grow the
there.
game, if you're trying to grow the game in Australia and you have half of a fucking section that's $99, which is still insane for a preseason game in a country that doesn't give a shit about hockey right now. They
Yeah.
don't. Like, let's face it. Maybe they do, and that's why it's selling out, or it
I
has
mean,
sold
it
out, or
has
whatever.
sold out. In saying that, I have heard of a lot of people buying plane tickets to come here as well to see it, which I think that is what's mind-blowing to me, is that half the stadium's going to be full of Americans that have flown here. It's like, it's a preseason game. Let us have it. Like, you
Yeah, but
guys
people follow the
always got
teams,
it
and it
all
gives
the
them an excuse.
time.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It gives an excuse for people to come to Australia, hike up your tourism. Not that you needed it, but I mean,
After COVID, we did.
well, I mean, maybe
We're
this is a
still
good
quite
thing.
behind.
But
So, I mean, look, it could be a good thing, but it's just frustrating.
I'm also shocked that they picked Melbourne instead of Sydney,
Melbourne's the
which is
sporting
good for you.
capital.
Well, there you go. Fuck do I know? But Sydney is always talked about.
Okay, Sydney is always talked about in general, just because of Bondi Beach and stupid shit like that. The sporting capital of Australia is Melbourne. We have the tennis
Okay.
here, we have the soccer here, we have rugby games here, we have AFL games here. 90% of the AFL games are played here.
Okay, don't yell at me.
No, I'm just saying that that's why it was here, because we've got the arenas to hold it. Like, we have a whole district that's just arenas put together and courts and stuff like that are used for everything.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I think that's just ridiculous, to be honest. The fact that you had to pay $99 for a preseason game, and I get it, it's not your average preseason game, but it's still a preseason game. The game doesn't count in the standings. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter. It doesn't count. None of the statistics count. It's just a game that you're going to go out there, like, they're going to play. They're not going to care. Like, I still think it's awesome that you get to go, and I think it's great that it's Arizona. It's like
I'm so
your second
excited.
team. Like, I think that's great. I mean, you're probably going to see fucking stupid ass Biz out there. But
Okay, I've already spoken about Kaplan. I don't need to speak about Biz. He does not deserve more time spoken about him.
well, he's there. He's going to be there.
He's the worst thing about the Coyotes. The worst thing. I would accept the Coyotes losing every fucking year if it meant Biz wasn't part of the fucking foundation. I don't
Oh man.
care. He can fuck off. He is so annoying, so irritating. I can compare him to someone here, but no one's going to know who that is because no one follows AFL. So I'm just going to leave it. He's just a dickhead.
Well, whatever. Like I said, it's just yeah, he's a waste. I don't like him. I dislike everything about him. I hate that. I hate that he has such a voice in hockey. The guy played 5 minutes a fucking game. He was a goon. He sucked. He's got the #1 hockey podcast, and he's all over fucking TNT and all this shit. And the fact that he has a voice in the game is ridiculous. The shit that comes out of his mouth is, and he give to me, and people are going to disagree with me wholeheartedly on this, and I don't give a fuck. This is just my opinion. But he brings that frat guy fucking dickhead mentality to the game of hockey. And I can't stand it because that's not what it's about. That's not how all hockey players act. And he's just that guy. I hate every bit of his shtick and everything that he does. I can't stand.
Yep.
Like, I feel he does more damage for the game of hockey than he does good.
I couldn't agree more.
And I know someone's going to be like, oh, he's not that bad, or oh, I think he's great. Great, terrific. You deal with it.
You go suck his dick while we care less.
Yeah. I'm just not going to deal with it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So you put in, this show comes out at 9:00 Monday. So about 9 hours to go till Game 7. So Don's sitting doing something. I'm probably sitting there doing some, biting my fingernails, because I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm excited, but I don't want it to be the end of the season. But I don't know. As you can tell, this being your first playoff, I don't know what Ranger team is going to show up tomorrow. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's after the past 6 games. It's a joke. The fact that we can literally sit here and be like, I don't know what's going to happen is ridiculous. We should be confident enough to know that they're going to win, and we're not.
They kicked the shit out of them the first 2 games. They scored 10 goals. Then the next 3, that fucking goalie, man, he shut us down hard.
Yeah,
fucking Akira, he killed us. And then last night, we made him look pedestrian, and that was nice to see. And then they brought in Vanacek, and so, you know, Lindy Ruff's he's got a decision to make. I don't know what goalie we'll see tomorrow, but I'm hoping that we just score.
Knock on wood that if we do lose, it's still an exciting playoff to watch now that Bruins aren't in it. Because it is quite literally anyone's game now. Which is what I'm enjoying about NBA as well. It is anyone's game. It's not just given. And that's exciting, especially for me being a first-time watcher.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this. If the Kraken win tonight, that we're
winning
talking,
at the moment.
I think it's still 2-0. Mm-hmm. If they win tonight, regardless of the bracket, and the Rangers lose tomorrow, which will fucking devastate me.
Seattle for the win.
I'm hoping it's like a Toronto-Seattle kind of thing.
Oh, it'd be so exciting if that was the case. I'd be so excited if Seattle get to the end.
I don't know. They got to go through Dallas next, which is...
Yeah, it's a hard one. But they're doing well, so who knows?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's exciting.
But we will cut this episode. Hopefully next episode I'm a little more excited and not just all Debbie Downer that the Rangers are done, and it'll be into the second round by the time we talk again next time. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Exciting times.
Exciting times. Start on that playlist.
I will. Don't worry. I'm meant to be working right now. I'm going to do this playlist. Screw it.
Yep, that's what they pay you for.
Yep.
So that must be an Australian thing.
I wish.
Well, have a good night, guys. And again, Greg, thanks again for the music. I'll just keep saying it every fucking every show.
Thank you so much for providing me entertainment while hockey's not on, because I don't watch baseball. I don't understand baseball. But I absolutely adore your videos. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, thank God he's a Met fan.
I don't think he'd be our intro if he wasn't, so.
I know. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.
Hey, it's Ebony. You thought you got rid of me? Too bad. I'm back. just here to let you guys know, if you enjoy our banter and our bullshit, come follow us on all our socials at Shooter Hooters on Twitter and TikTok, or if you're after something different, follow my two podcasts, FilmSparkPod and S&S Nuggies, or Sweet and Sour Nuggies. Mental health, film, hockey, cover it all. Come follow us. Come follow me. Fuck Don. That's all there is to it. Follow the Aussie with the better accent. No, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for listening to us bullshit and banter, and you'll hear from us in a week as per usual. Bye, guys.